Well, hello. I'm trying out my lapel mic. If it doesn't work, we'll have to add the narration later, which may look weird. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you a tour of my garden. It's not looking real great, but let's see what's out there. On the way, we'll just look at my lawn. I grow it extra long because it's like a bald man covering up with spots. Anyway, this here is right where my finger's pointing. There used to be a stump there. Another stump here. The original garden, when I first made it, was between those two stumps. And now I've expanded a bit. So just for giggles and snorts, we'll take you to the south bed. I have some shockwave petunias here that are trying to spread. Here, an artichoke plant, which I failed with that before, but when I get to the bed, I'll tell you why I think I failed. I got an experiment. I had some old roller blinds I was given from somebody's renovation project. So I shaded out the path, and I'm trying to cover it with weeds while they dry. Some broccoli. I did have 4 plants, but I'm down to 3. Thank you, rabbit. These are some Brussels sprouts. I swear I weeded this morning, but because I didn't see a few. But I have peppers here. I have a lot of different kinds of peppers I'm growing. And some tomatillos. And let's take a look at a tomatillo that's ripe. Okay, there was one. Oh, there he is. I accidentally hit stop while I was doing that. But here's a tomatillo that's probably ripe. Ant crawling on my thumb. But anyway, now I have to eat it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with just one tomatillo, but anywho, you can see they have a husk that covers the actual tomatillo. And inside it's kind of like a tomato. Alright, I gotta stand up. Whoops. In the next bed, put it in my pocket so I don't forget it. These are ground cherries. I've never grown them before, so we'll find out what happens. They seem to want to spread. I know they grow in husks. Here's one that's here's one that's beginning. More peppers. I planted way too many peppers this year. And I've been working on this part of the garden, working on the weeds in the path. And then I have a lot of eggplant, which are finally flowering. It's taken forever, but we're finally getting there. And then I have, oh, come on, there we go. I've got 2 different squash plants, a little harder to weed among them, and the soil is so hard. I just about can't pull the weeds out. Fun little LED thing. Sickly cucumber and a healthy cucumber. There was a cucumber there. And this cucumber's taking off and is really close to me actually doing some harvesting. And then I have various types of tomatoes that are at various stages of life. This here is basically a weed bed, but it's right beside my asparagus bed, which the asparagus is done now. I harvested it this spring, and then you just let it grow the rest of the year. But I do need to get inside it and do some weeding. And then this is rhubarb, which honestly I don't eat. And then I have 2 summer squash here. This one's looking kind of sad. This one's not much better. Usually they are much bigger at this point in the year, so I don't know what's going on. Compost pile, new one, because I'm going to show you I've lost a bed, so I'm going to expand. So I'm using this to start shading out the grass. And then this is supposed to be a big onion bed. Yeah, 1 color of onions came up and that's it. Great. And then this contraption, you probably can't see the fence, but this was my cage over the Brussels sprouts and broccoli, and now it's over my beans, so I had to delay planting them. But I should be able to harvest them up until the first frost. Beside them will be my next bean bed, And I guess if the stupid onions aren't going to grow, I'm going to plant more beans down there. Another pot here. A tumbling composter. Then over here, I'm abandoning this bed because nothing grows in it. So I'm abandoning it. I'm going to let the borage take over. Borage makes this pretty blue flower, which, by the way, is edible. Whoops, I just knocked it off onto the ground, so I won't touch another one. Mainly to attract pollinators. And I have some mint there. I don't know what else to do with this bed. Keep it weed-free and use borage and whatever likes a dry, dark to attract pollinators, I guess. I have been digging into some of my old compost piles. I'm going to move them, make them part of the new one, kind of mix it all. And then this fall I want to get in here and do a bunch of pruning and just kind of clean this disaster up. These have not flowered yet, and usually they've been and gone by now. Everything's slow this year, I think because it was such a cool, wet spring. I have daffodils in this bed. They're done. I want to put some more bulbs in here, but they've got to be able to handle the dark because for a few more years at least I've got these trees, and honestly, since it's the south side of the house, I'd really like some shade on it during the summer. All right, we'll take you to the two front beds. Have a volunteer cedar tree here. I should have done this at a different time, like after I filmed this, but anyway, some kohlrabi. I had a spare cucumber, lavender, some kind of a purple flower that I forgot what it's called. And over here, the barren spot was supposed to be carrots, and they've been, finally they're starting to come up, but they haven't been thrilled about life. And then this is a combination of beets, and some of it is Swiss chard. Also slow. The trouble I'm finding with the tumbling composter is it's just not very fast or thorough. So I'm more like dry everything in here. But again, some more beets. And then I way overbought peppers, so I have some peppers. And then 2 petunias I bought at random. Okay, closer to the house. I have been lazy and not gotten into these beds yet because they don't grow food, so I don't care about them much. But a lot of mint that I put in there, was it last year or 2 years ago? Anyway, I'm thrilled with that. Grass, I got to get the grass out. Actually, if I get the grass out and the handful of dandelions, it'll look decent. Hollyhocks, a lot of hollyhocks. They're kind of what I think is best for this spot. My weird air conditioner. Weird because it separates the compressor, puts that outside, so you have all that compressor noise outside, and then the other piece of it is inside. Also means it's got most of my view out the window, which I like. And it's a lot smaller than my old air conditioner in terms of BTU and floor space. It does such a much better job. So, hollyhocks of various colors, steps, lights that don't work anymore, so I need to take them down, whatever this is. Ooh, thistles, I didn't realize they'd gotten that bad. I definitely should get in there and dig them up. So, maybe after I finish the garden paths, I'll work on them. And then some hollyhocks, and check this out. I love the sight of the sun shining through those. In fact, I'm going to have to photograph this when I'm done here. Oh, maybe you can hear the air conditioner kick on, I don't know. But that noise is outside, not inside. So, it's very quiet inside, actually. I like it. The old one, like if you had the TV on or something, you could hardly hear it. So with this one, you can hear it real well. But anyways, that's the state of my garden, for better or for worse. Probably for the worse this year, but it's there. Keeps me outdoors, keeps me active. Otherwise, in this heat, I'd be sitting indoors in the heat, just sitting in front of the air conditioner. So it's good for me to have this. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.